I go to this job, it's a client I've had a little bit over 2 years. They've been in the same spot for all that time. For some reason, they came to their RV starting this warm season, and they noticed they're not getting the speeds that they normally have in the past. So I told them to do a speed test at speedtest.net. They sent me a screenshot of them only getting like 8 or 10. And they done it 2 or 3 times, and it's consistently between 8 and 10. So I went over there and checked the radio, be sure it's not messed up. I reset it back to factory, reprogrammed it for their location. Didn't make a difference. I changed the wire, the internet wire, from the radio down to the PoE. Still no change. I changed the Ethernet wire from the PoE to my laptop. I isolated the router completely. I just took it out of play. So it was the laptop, Ethernet wire to the PoE, PoE straight to the radio. The signals chain of the radio was negative, something like negative 41 and negative 49. So it was definitely able to see the AP, which when I stand on top of their RV, I could see the AP with no obstruction at all. Then I changed the PoE after I've changed all the internet wires. Still no change. Now they done a speed test on their TV. They were getting the same thing, and all of a sudden they got 21, which they have the 40 package. So they should be getting 30 something at least, somewhere between 35 and 40, if not more, because I give like 20% buffer across the board. Whatever you got, you get 20% more, because most people are going to be wireless. But I wasn't getting that. And I started kind of getting baffled, because I'm like, everything's been changed. Because after I changed the Ethernet wire from the PoE to the radio, and from PoE to my laptop, and changed the PoE, still no change. I said, okay, I'm going to change the radio. So I took another radio, programmed it, put it up, the exact same thing. I said, okay, everything's been changed. The only thing that hadn't been changed is the power cord that feeds the PoE. So I said, well, the only thing I could think of that it would be is perhaps some noise that has arrived since the last time that they used their internet. Some internet frequency, or somebody's router, or something in the area is messing with the frequency. Now, I have the AP on the bandwidth at 20. So I opened it up to 40 just to see if I can get anything else out of it. Still the same. Now the TV, they tried it 3 or 4 times, and one time it did peak up to 21, but it only done it once. But I never got it past 15 on my laptop. So I logged into the AP from there when I put the new CPE radio up on their RV, before I programmed it to have it under their account, so it just be wide open. I changed the frequency. It was on auto on the AP. I changed it to the very first one that was listed, and it seems like I was getting like 10 to 15. on my laptop consistently, at least 3 in a row. Then I put it back to auto, and it dropped back to like 8 or 10. So then I went to the highest frequency, and it was getting back to 15. So the only thing I can think of is something out there that's hindering the communication between the CPE and the AP that was not there previously. So I'm going to change the radio to a little bit more radio that has a little more oomph, and the beam itself is going to be more of a like point to point. It's going to be a dish. It's not going to be the Nano Loco M2. It's going to be the I think it's the Power Beam 400, I do believe. I'm going to try it and see if it will cut out some of the noise perhaps that's actually out there. Because I've done everything else. I've changed all the wires, the PoE, the radio, and it's still the same results. I was thinking that this is the AP that I changed at the game room. I said, perhaps it's messing it up. Well, I contacted other clients that's on the exact same AP to get them to do runs of speed. They're getting their speed, and one of them has the exact same speed package, and they're getting like 38, 39. I took the M2 Loco M2 radio that was originally up on her RV. When I got back to my house, I programmed it to log into the AP there and do a speed test. I was getting somewhere around 60, 65. So the radio definitely has the capability of doing more speed than, 15. And I didn't change any setting except the WAN side. I just told it to connect to another source. All the other settings were still the same. So I'm going out there now and change the radio and see if this actually resolves the issue. The only thing I can come up with is got some noise out there that has showed up since they were there last. But we get ready to find out. All right, now I'm up here. Let me show you what I got. I got this one here, and it's pointing that direction. Let's see if I can zoom in and show you where. Try to see the screen. Let's see if I can. It's right. See where that sucker at. It's hard to see on the screen. It's right. Let's see, it's right there. So it's line of sight. But I'm going to change this one out to this one and see if it knocks out some noise, because it seems like that's what it is, because everything else has been changed. The radio been changed to a different one. It's still doing the same thing, but it's just as straight as, even the tree limbs not even in the way. Maybe their next door neighbor got a new router, a real gamey router or something. I don't know, but we're going to put this one up there and see what we can do. All right, we got that one up, connected. And here are the chain numbers of alignment to the AP, which is a little better than what the other one was. The other one was in the 40s. This one's actually in the 30s. But now we're going to go down there, really do a test of, is it going to give us the results that we want? Is it actually going to do the speed? Let's see.
And that's with 2 TVs going.
And a speed test.
Yeah. And they're not buffering. Shut up, buffer. Don't say that word. That's an ugly word in this house.
And so we bonded. There's a shot from it, and we bonded. And
so it's doing good
because
he's using the crap. That app's using the crap out of it.
He trusted me, and I had to. Of course, I had to give myself a pep talk in the mirror every morning. Like, you got this. Don't be intimidated by Mr. Freeman.
It's like the lens a little dirty, kind of a little hazy. Let's see if I can clean that. All right, that looks a lot better. I been monitoring the one that I installed, the one that had all the noise, and she texted me like 30 minutes after I left and said she ran another TV test, a speed test on the TV itself. Still getting 30 and up. Haven't seen anything below 30. So it seems like putting the dish up there, it took out enough noise, isolated enough noise for it to actually do what it's supposed to do. I'm up here at Lake Walkmall, just got another one installed. It didn't take hardly any time. 35 minutes after I got there, I had internet connected. Already had the CPE and the router already programmed. All I had to do was run the wire. Already had a pole up there because her father used to have an RV in that spot. He just moved across the street because he brought another RV, sold his. She moved her RV into the spot where his was. And there's a porch there that already had the pole that I had the CPE on, so I just remounted it at the exact same location, ran the wire, put the wire in the slide out, found an outlet, plugged it in, set her account up, dropped the radio in her account, and it was done. And before I got in the car, I've already received the payment, even though it's due 7 days from now. She already made the payment, and she's already got everything connected. So now I am driving back home. Since I do feel a lot better now, still coughing a little bit every now and then, but it's a dry cough. I don't feel any cold down in my throat anymore, which is a good thing. I just took a day off and just took medication. I didn't even drink any coffee. I just drank medication just to kill whatever I had. But I knew I'd probably get sick because working in the rain and the cold and the sleet, I just knew I probably would get sick. I just know my body and know what it can and cannot do, but I wanted to go ahead and get everybody connected before I left. But I'm glad that I was able to put a dish up there and isolate that noise that's out there. I mean, I don't recall if I actually videoed how many spectrum Wi-Fi's I saw out there on channel 11. I mean, they all of them were real strong too. When I done, like, I think it's called site survey or something on it in the radio itself to see what signals it sees out there, there was at least 20. Just the Spectrum Wi-Fi itself. There's a few others that had some names that I have no idea. It's probably just somebody's router, but I changed the frequency. Instead of putting it on auto, I put it on a frequency that there was only 3 other devices that was on that exact same channel. I think it was channel 3, I do believe. Channel 1 or 3, I can't remember which one it was I chose, but I chose one of them, and I turned the dish at the tower number 2 just to see if it would knock out noise, and it did. So that told me that it was noise in that other direction. So I just hammered down and changed the frequency and put it on 20 instead of 40, and it did the trick. Now she's happy, this one's happy, and the other one I went to today found out that it is his Fire Stick that's actually acting up, because I was streaming on YouTube and doing a speed test while he was streaming his TV, and his TV started buffering, and my video was still going, and the speed test was still going. And then I added a ping test, continuous, to 8.8.8.8. It never missed a lick of pinging, and it was somewhere around 35 to 45. Every now and then to get a 50 and 60, but it was pinging every time. It never had any timeouts, and his TV was buffering. And after I showed him that, he understood that it's his equipment, not ours. So he was satisfied with that. But that's all I got today. Long day, easy day, a lot of driving, but everybody's taken care of. Everybody's happy. Now I'm going home, rest, get me some coffee, and then I'm gonna finish packing so I can do the 12-hour drive to Kentucky. And where the Airbnb is, it's very close to 2 other states, 2, maybe 3 other states that I haven't been to. And I'm just about tempted to drive there so I can knock them out on my list that I've been there. Might as well. I don't have anything on the books right now for anybody to be installed, to be moved, troubleshoot, nothing. So I might as well enjoy it and knock out as much as I can. Thanks for watching. Share, like, comment, and hit that subscription button down there, and follow us, and enjoy the videos as they come out. See you in the next video.